Hey Aquarius, welcome to your weekly forecast for the 28th to August 4th, July 28th to August 4th. We're going to connect here and see what's going on for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. This is going to be a general reading for your week ahead, focusing on your personal life, your family, your career, your money, your spiritual development, all that good stuff. Sometimes love comes in, but overall, typically I will do the love reading separate on my channel. So if you want more detailed love info, you can go ahead and click on the link to the love videos in the description. Otherwise, we're going to see what's going on in all the other important areas of your life, Aquarius. And we're continuing with our summer mermaid ocean theme here. As you can see, we still got our little mermaid decor. So here we are, my dears. Monday, Tuesday for Aquarius. Wednesday, Thursday for Aquarius. And Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for Aquarius. So your first card, Monday, Tuesday, you have King of Pentacles, okay? Some of you could have something significant happening with an earth sign, okay? Not necessarily, but there could be business that you're conducting, or you may be interacting with an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, that's going to be significant for you in some way. Typically, though, because we are focusing on career and spirituality and things of that nature in this video, if you have earth in your moon or in your rising, then this is going to be a good time for you to tap into that Monday, Tuesday. It's going to be a good time for you to tap into those kind of characteristics and just really come into that sturdy, grounded energy. For many of you, though, this is going to be in regard to career, okay? King of Pentacles is very resourceful. King of Pentacles, we typically see him in most tarot decks where he's got this giant coin and he's just chilling and like just really relaxed and happy on this throne. And the whole thing of this is that like it's the Midas touch. Like you take what you have and you figure out how to expand it or make more of it. So I feel for some of you, Aquarius, you have been kind of going back and forth and struggling with some kind of a business concept or something you've been wanting to do, but you haven't quite been sure where to get the resources. And it's going to all of a sudden hit you that, wait a minute, I can work with this or I can work with that. And you're going to figure out, it's going to like hit you like a bolt of lightning. And you're going to realize you've been putting something on hold for a really long time because you were waiting to get certain materials or certain funding. And then you're going to realize that, hey, you know what, I can do this step by step. Like, here's what I do have. I can go ahead and invest this, and then more will come in, and then I can put that back into the business. So you're figuring out how to be wiser and more productive with what you have and expanding it and multiplying and making it more, okay? Maybe for some of you, this will be in some other way. Like maybe for some of you, this has to do with your time. Maybe you've been really stressed out and you've been feeling like, oh my God, there's just way too much going on in my life and I don't know how to get to everything. You might be having some epiphany on how you can move things around so that, you know, obviously you can't put more hours in the day, but you're figuring out how to get to everything. For some of you, this is more resourcefulness with time. I do feel though that whatever this is, for whatever reason, I just heard through January. So whatever this is that you're starting is probably going to go through January of 2020. But it does feel to me like a significant change and something having to do with your stability, okay? Something having to do with your long-term success. A lot of the times, King of Pentacles is also some kind of an offer in some way, you know, having to do with stability, having to do with comfort. So it could be an offer in terms of something having to do with home. It could be a possibility of being able to move. Something is on the market all of a sudden available for purchase, or somebody's letting you know about a living arrangement, or it could be a job opportunity or a promotion or something. And you might be like, whoa, like this sounds wonderful and amazing, but it's way over anything I was looking for right now. And you might be tempted to push it away or to turn it down. But the message that I've always seen with King of Pentacles is that if you weren't ready for this, it wouldn't be here now. So whatever this is, like you're ready to go into this big opportunity. All right, like don't let the negative ego or the insecurity like psych yourself out, and don't feel like you have to turn it down. If you weren't ready for it, it wouldn't be here now. So Monday, Tuesday, you're starting off with really significant energy. Next we have Wednesday, Thursday. Last week I kept calling all the cards Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I was so mixed up. But no, this is your Wednesday, Thursday, and you have the Fool. This is really cool. You've got this really beautiful Major Arcana card here. So this is about kind of taking this leap of faith. This really confirms, Aquarius, what I was just saying for you about that Monday, Tuesday energy with this offer that's coming in, and you may be going back and forth, let me think about it, I don't know, like, because it seems a lot bigger or a lot more than anything that you were anticipating. But the Fool card is like you're taking that leap of faith, right? Some of you, this King of Pentacles thing, like I said, it's some kind of a goal or a dream that you're figuring out how finally to make it work. And then maybe midweek you're coming into this energy where you're like, you know what, I'm going to go for it. I'm going to do it. The thing with the Fool card, it's sometimes your friends and family, they're not going to quite understand what you're doing. And that's why it's called the Fool card, because to a lot of people around you, they just kind of feel like you're really going off in this direction that they didn't see coming. And it may even seem very out of character for you. I can tell you from my experience coming from a corporate background, when I started doing this stuff, people thought I had lost my mind. So there's some kind of shift that's happening that people might be like, but Aquarius, this isn't like you, or this isn't you, or like, where is this coming from, or why are you doing this? But the thing with the Fool card is you just feel very strongly that this is the next phase for you. This is the next thing that you're meant to do. And so you begin to go in that direction. You begin to go into this area or direction where you just kind of feel very pulled to go into. But very much leap of faith kind of energy, right? And I really, really love this particular card because of all of the colors that are coming up here around her. So I feel like, because certain colors mean certain things to me, so I invite you to look at the card and see what they mean to you and maybe make it a little bit more personal. But for me, green I associate with Raphael. Raphael is the angel of healing. Blue is, that dark blue is Archangel Michael, and that is protection. And then the lighter blues are like the, Haniel and intuition. And the purple also is like transmutation, psychic ability, intuition, things of that nature. So I feel that whatever this project is, this thing that you're setting off to do, not only is it setting you up for like the rest of your life and making this transition into doing something that's bringing you more joy and happiness, but it's also bringing you a great degree of like, it's very soothing. Like it just feels like a breath of fresh air. Like there's a very healing aspect to it. Okay. I do feel very strongly, and this has been an ongoing theme in a lot of the weekly readings for a while now, but I do feel very strongly again that you're coming into this energy where you're figuring out what your natural gifts and abilities are, and you're putting those to use for yourself instead of trying to fit yourself into some kind of box or some kind of expectation, some kind of like little cookie cutter thing. Like you're figuring out, okay, well, here's what I like doing. Here's what I'm good at. I enjoy this. Here's a way that I can use this to bring in an income for me. So I do feel for many of you Aquariuses, this is something in the lines of, like I said, finally getting a business off the ground, or something along the lines of like a big career change. You're figuring out how to take the skills that you have and apply them towards getting your foot in the door for what you'd rather be doing. Okay, so there's just this really big shift, this really big transition. Your Friday, Saturday, and Sunday is the High Priestess. She's been showing up a lot in the readings lately, and you all know that I love her and I adore her. This is interesting. Decks have different energies and different, like, that's why I have so many different decks. You guys always know, you guys tune in to see what deck I'm using each week, or for like what, like each kind of reading. Decks have different energies, In this particular deck, for whatever reason, the way that this lady put this together, the High Priestess, she gave it more of like a Little Mermaid, Ursula, Sea Witch kind of vibe, right? So for her intention in this deck for this particular card is a little bit different than how I usually explain the High Priestess to you guys. You guys know that I really love the High Priestess, and she's very charismatic and very magnetic, and people are just very drawn to her. Very confident, very intuitive energy, very strong, charismatic energy. And that still applies, but in her particular deck, in this reading, this is more kind of like a vengeful card. So maybe for some of you Aquariuses, something is happening where I don't want to say you're getting even with people, but you're finally realizing your strengths and your power and your abilities, and you might be shutting certain people down. Like it could be where maybe there's some kind of a confrontation, or it could be that maybe somebody owes you in some way, and you want to finally go after what's owed to you so that you can take it and invest it. Like you might think, oh, wait a minute, I've been worried about money, but like so and so owes me, I don't know, however much money or whatever, something like that. You might just like be going and like shaking that up, like you need to hurry up and pay me back because I need it now, or like whatever. So there could just be something, I believe the term in the book, if I remember correctly, she says like paying the piper. So it could be something like that, where like you're demanding payment for something, or you're demanding like deserved respect or recognition for something. So for some of you Aquariuses, it could be coming in that way. I don't have like as much of a dramatic view of the cards, but I also want to respect and honor the energy that the creator of this deck has put into it. So it could have that aspect for some of you. Okay, my darlings, so you guys know that at this point we're going to go ahead and pull your spirit message or affirmation message. And the people that I've been doing private readings for, a few of them have asked me to do the money deck again. Like, when are you going to do the money affirmation card again? So here it is for those of you who know. I know this is like one of the popular ones. And as always, guys, I know that a lot of you really enjoy the different decks and things like that. So the deck info is in the description. I have the Amazon links in there if you want to get them for yourselves. Okay, so this is cool, Aquarius. Look, this is really going along with the theme of your reading this week. You have good fortune. Good fortune. So we're going to go ahead and, like I said, I always suggest that you guys do this. Take maybe a screenshot of this or pause it. Really look at the pictures and see what they mean to you. See what symbols are jumping out at you, what messages you may pull from that. I, for whatever reason, looked at this and I was looking at that little sun up in the sky, or moon up in the sky. It kind of looks like the sun and the moon together infused. And I don't know why I felt like I was looking in a teacup and I was like seeing like clouds or something in there, and I was like seeing images in the cup, like scrying. That's called scrying. So some of you might begin picking up messages, or some of you might have something coming this week where you just kind of see something like a symbolism, or something jumps out at you and it inspires you in some way, like in terms of your ideas and things like that. Or you may begin receiving signs or messages where you're being guided on, answers coming into how to better your financial situation. Okay, that just kind of jumped out at me. Some of you are doing something like a childhood dream. You're going back to some childhood dream. And I'm feeling that too by looking at these pictures. And whatever you're doing is going to be long lasting, right? Because we have this tree here. It's like growing over years in time, and it's like withstanding, and it's just like it's there, right? So those are just some things that are jumping out at me. But I always encourage you to see what jumps out at you and what it means to you. Your affirmation for the week is: the universe provides me and my family with prospects for good fortune. Okay, so you can take a screenshot of this. You can write it down. You can look at the words and play around with them if there's a better way you want to say it for yourself, or in a way that makes it more powerful to you. You can add to this if you want. But, you know, I always recommend in doing affirmation work. I love affirmation work. Those of you who are my regular clients, you know that. Some of you will even message me and be like, I'm ready for another affirmation. This is what I want to do. Write something for me. I'm a big fan of affirmations. And one thing I can say I have found to make it very useful is if you can say it every single morning, the first thing when you wake up, and every single night, the last thing before you go to bed. You can do this for longer than a week. You can even make this your little mantra throughout the day. Like if you're just kind of sitting at your desk and you need a little bit of a pick-me-up, just sit there and think that to yourself for a few times, especially if you're stuck in a job that you hate. God knows I know that feeling. You know, maybe you could just take a little bit of moment, just like take a breath, you know, get into a little Zen thing and just say this to yourself a couple of times and remind yourself that the current situation is temporary and there's prospects coming and you're going to finally have your eyes open to seeing them. All right, my dears, check out your moon sign and rising sign videos too, because some weeks are going to resonate with you more. They may add a little bit of extra information for you, especially if you can't afford a private reading at this time. Sometimes if you watch your sun sign, moon sign, and rising sign, you get little bits that make the general readings a lot more personal for you because of your energies, and that can be helpful for a lot of people. But obviously, if you want a private reading, I love reading for you guys. I'm more than happy to read for you guys. Go ahead and click on the Calendly link there and schedule. And those of you who are hungry for more like love, you know, info and romance, all of the love readings for August are up. You can go ahead and click on the link in the description of the video and check that out as well. As always, my dears, thank you so much for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. Have a fabulous week.